Dave, Anthony, we're live.
All right.
Cheers, Lou.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. And again,
Oh my God. Woo! Oh my God. Woo!
Got that Ciroc.
No, that was tequila.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Woo! Woo! Woo!
I feel like
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if it's just me
Oh my
in
God.
my drinking experience or lack thereof, but I feel like I always underrated tequila.
Tequila is
Pepper water.
yeah. Woo! Woo!
Peppery.
It's
I don't understand that. Can you please explain?
Do you want a shot?
Peppery.
A shot is worth 1,000 words.
I feel like, I mean, really good chilled tequila is just, I mean, if it's really good tequila, you don't really have to chill it, but like just really like aged tequila, it's so good.
Really?
Like if you're paying like 25 to 35, like 25 to 30 bucks a shot, or even like 15 to 20 bucks, I mean, that's probably gonna be pretty good.
I've only had 1,800 silver,
Yeah. But
I think.
tequila will definitely fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. And it is just the next day, you wake up and you're like, where am I? Who is this? Why is somebody else looking at me? Like, what is going on?
But it's good for girls, I think.
As far as what?
Like,
When I drink tequila?
yeah, like all these different types of liquors and whatever, they're like strains of weed. I mean, this one helps you sleep. This one helps you fight a cop. This one helps you yell at your significant other. And then I think tequila is like the more like consensual rape
Jesus
liquor. I
Christ.
really think that. I don't know.
Consensual rape.
Yeah, like it just makes girls like
I don't think
up,
that's
down for anything.
Wow.
That's a
think.
horrible thing to say.
Really?
Yeah.
It's consensual. I could understand if I was like all willy nilly talking about regular rape, but this is consensual rape.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's
I
like
feel like
oxymoron.
I don't think rape is consensual.
What
That doesn't make any
what
sense.
you're saying is women will be willing and able to do other things that they wouldn't normally do.
Correct. And argue less.
I feel like that, and argue less. I feel like any alcohol, I mean, is gonna, fuck somebody up.
Isn't that kind of the point?
Yeah, that is the point.
Yeah.
It's just on who you are drinking with.
Yeah, and who you are, and
yeah, I mean, you don't. I mean, hopefully you're with friends.
Well, that's
and they,
underrated.
and they take care of you.
That's underrated. The
Yeah.
environment
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that you find yourself in.
But even then,
with
though,
anything, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't say that because then it's like, well, then you should. I mean, you should be able to do anything that you want to do anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a reason why you have to fear something like that. You know what I mean?
Factors.
You should be able to feel comfortable anywhere. There's just a lot of sick people in this world that will take advantage of you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's horrible.
But yeah, going back to environment, Anthony, thanks again for having us over. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I mean, honestly,
Don't
Rape,
take,
anyway.
Yeah, don't take any drinks from Anthony.
it's to me, it's inspiring to see like how you've manifested this, how you've dictated your surroundings.
Pinterest and YouTube. I figured if I don't know. I grew up here, and I like to be close to family and everything. And
Where is
my
here?
job is here. Here, this is Lorain, Ohio,
There you go.
and there's a stigma about it, but I love this place. And I figured it's kind of falls into that. It's what you make of it type of deal.
Yeah.
To where I did all this renovation to the house and everything. And this is an audio file anyway. You got lights they can't see, but it's
Yeah.
I had to set my own mood,
Yeah, for
You know.
sure.
make myself comfortable in my environment.
I like that idea of it is what you make it.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. The first thing that we talked about growing up was getting out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah.
It was like that was the vibe. It was like I went to Youngstown State University, and the professor said he made this awful joke, but he said that that stands for you screwed up university. And like that's always what happened. Like someone would like get a scholarship to like Notre Dame or to
Yeah.
like Cincinnati, and they would go there and they would mess up, and then they would be back at YSU, and we would all know what happened.
Screwed up.
Yeah.
They
I
had
actually went to Youngstown a few weeks ago, and
You know,
whatever people were saying. Sorry,
I've never been.
it's we went for.
I've heard there's great pizza. That's all I ever heard about Youngstown
Really?
is that there's really good pizza.
Oh yeah.
They had an Italian fest or
Well, they
whatever.
they used to
Food.
have the fucking mafia there.
Oh
They're probably still there.
shit!
But if they are, look,
You guys make great pizza.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with
Keep
you.
killing people.
Look, yeah, this is still Dave. I'm not Anthony. You can get drinks from me. I love pizza.
Yeah, they do have.
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I always tell people it is the pizza capital of the country. I'm not even
Really?
kidding you. I'm not kidding you. When I went
The
to
country.
the country,
That's a very bold
when,
statement, my friend.
when
That's a very bold statement.
I know, but it's crazy.
That shit is dark lettered, huge bold. Like
I know, I know, man. When I went to New York for the first time, when I was like in the 6th grade, I was thoroughly disappointed by their pizza there.
Really?
I was thoroughly, because all I knew was pizza from Youngstown, and it was
Yeah.
like different.
What grade were you in?
Different varieties. I think I was like in the 6th grade.
What? How
That'd
many
be funny.
places?
You're
do you
walking
know?
up, you're like in the 6th grade. You're just like, "Hey, let me get a fucking pizza." The whole New York
Youngstown,
standard.
baby.
Yeah, and then as soon as you get the pizza, you're like, this is shit.
Yeah, man, I was disappointed.
How many places you go to
How many
in New York
um
in order to
This
You
was a
get a
school.
feel.
This
It
was a
wasn't-
school trip.
it-
also,
it
by
wa-
the way,
it was not a thorough, because I only went to
Okay.
one spot and then I was done because I was so disappointed.
we tried New York's finest, Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
So
right.
the sauce is a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Sweeter across.
We
the
had
board.
a pan pizza.
but I did go to Chicago and I did have their
Oh,
deep dish and
did.
that was very good.
I'm not a deep dish guy. Like I like stuff like that, but it reminds me of lasagna. Like
Yeah.
how often do I really eat lasagna?
It's like
Not
a
that
a
casserole.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like shepherd's pie and stuff. Like people love that stuff.
You
where
don't
it's just
mess with shepherd's pie?
I mean, it's just it's just a bunch of shit all into one
So
thing.
filling. You feel
Yeah, it's
disgusted.
just
Yeah.
too much. It's
Yeah.
too much.
I like that thin.
I need
half-burnt
everything.
crust.
If it was all separated, and I could just maybe that would be a lot better. But
And you're not a sauce guy either. I mean,
I'm
we,
not.
we
hey,
learned
yes,
that before
yes.
the
Really?
podcast.
I'm a very picky eater.
known you since we were.
I don't need seafood.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
fuck with dressings. I eat salads plain.
What?
You like it dry?
Yeah, dude.
What about steak?
I fucking. I'm not even gonna say. I love steak, and I like it medium rare.
Okay.
I mean, I like the blood, but not too much. But pink.
With sauce.
sauce. I won't drench it, but I might dip it into some like A1 or something. But if it's a good steak, then I won't even use any sauce. If I have potatoes, I love potatoes, so I'm just more of like a.
Do you like mashed potatoes or? I feel about mashed
love
potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
They're great, but I don't eat them. Like I feel the same way
I
you
love
feel about
homemade.
shepherd's pie than I do mashed potatoes. 'cause
Homemade
But isn't there
mashed
mashed
potatoes
potatoes
are
in
delicious.
shepherd pie?
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
probably.
it's like carrots and
I don't even know what the fuck's in a shepherd pie.
it's like a old lady on the prairie was cleaning out her fridge and she's like throw all this shit in the oven.
It's like I think it has like ground beef in it. Ground beef with barbecue sauce. You could throw barbecue sauce in there. Green beans.
It's like a pot pie, right?
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, but it has a different type of crust.
Is it Irish or something? Is that because
I think
is that like an Irish shepherd or is that
Well,
is that a thing?
Yeah, but my mom's mom is from Quebec, and they have the French Canadian meat pie. So it's like
yeah.
shepherd's pie, but it's got the meat in it. And I
Yeah.
honestly eat that shit with like ranch and sriracha.
Yeah.
So that's that's really good.
So you're part Canadian?
My mom's Canadian. She's from Sudbury, Ontario.
Huh. And how did she make her way here? What was the goal? Is this like the Carolinas to her?
Move down south. She put on her bikini and ended up by the steel mill. She was like, "What the fuck?"
Are we in Charlotte?
So listen, my grandpa was from Cavan County, Ireland, and he moved as he was an indentured servant a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, to Sudbury.
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he moved to Canada, Sudbury, Canada, and then my grandma grew up in Quebec. She moved to Sudbury to clean houses. Well, I guess a bunch of these men that were working in Sudbury, one of them being my grandpa, I guess she was the maid. no more need to say anything else. I guess something happened, and they
Wow.
banging the maid or something. And then they had
The Arnold S.
they had 3 kids. They had 3 kids, and then they moved from Sudbury, Ontario, to Lorain, Ohio, because of hopes to work at the steel mill and the opportunity here. And then they had another kid. That's my uncle here. And then my mom was like 5 when she moved here, so she's very,
Wow.
I guess, a naturalized citizen.
Yeah.
But
That's interesting.
yeah.
Well, you have a flag outside the house.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Yeah. I always tell it's the New Orleans Saints. I always tell people.
Yeah, I've never seen.
It does remind me of that.
I've never seen that flag. So, but it's interesting with Canada. Like I had a when I was in high school, I would always like fail every language class that I was in. Like I failed Spanish.
Yeah.
I eventually got moved to American Sign Language. That's how bad I was.
Damn.
Yeah, but regardless, I got moved to take French, and it was by this. I went to a Christian school, and it was taught by a pastor who I knew for like 4 years, and like this whole time, I mean, he's just like this random. Here you go. Oh yeah, no problem. You're on the. Everyone, we have Sierra.
Sierra. What's up? Hey, sit here.
On the
Sit here. The
podcast.
mic won't pick you up unless you're sitting here. All right.
So yeah, this the French teacher was a pastor who I knew for like years before this, and he would be like like basically, to describe him, he looked like he would be a manager at Chick-fil-A. Like that's what he looked like, right? That's just picture a Chick-fil-A manager.
Homophobic, racist, knows how to cook.
And then picture him teaching a French class, and it turns out that he's from Montreal.
Yeah, I was just gonna guess that.
And he said that his high school, they only spoke French.
In Montreal.
Yeah,
There's a huge
because he went to school there.
Yeah.
In Montreal, they only spoke French, and it was weird because you think, oh, this guy probably grew up like in some like suburb from where you're from,
Right,
But
right.
no, it wasn't the case.
Well, that's I'm shitty with history, but there was
Your
a huge,
history or world history?
No, world history. Like I'm an idiot when it comes to history. But I was reading up on it.
What are the
when we were
original
leaving.
13 calories? Like,
Colonies?
Calories?
Probably.
calories. What are the original
Calories.
13 calories? bro?
Pasta. No, probably the New England states, that area, the whole northeastern area, I think, but I can't remember. Yeah. But there's obviously a huge fight in, not to be politically incorrect, but the French of Canada are kind of like our Mexicans in a way.
What the fuck
Really?
does that
Sense.
even mean?
The suppressed people that they want to kind of lessen. Like,
Really?
And you think of Mexicans?
So like no, so would
Yeah,
you-
because
so
they're
you're
building
saying,
a wall. You know, it's kind of
So you're saying
a big deal.
when you're in Canada,
Is there a
the
wall?
French,
There's an animosity.
the French Canadians,
Yeah.
there's
They want to keep their authenticity and they want to keep their language in that province.
okay.
And when you go there, sometimes people, what were we talking about? People like, if you come in there speaking English, a lot of people will walk away a lot of times when they know how to speak English.
Wow.
Because they want to keep it, yeah, it's
Fuck
it's
French
true, yeah.
Canada.
Mexicans don't do
Yeah,
that.
well, no, I'm just saying,
they're
yeah.
way nicer, bro. French Canada is its just own asshole. Like, fuck them.
there was a war over that
Mexicans
shit.
I'm Mexican, bro.
You know?
I would never do that. I
You
would
made
give,
it.
I would give someone directions.
I
I
thought
didn't
you were
make it.
Puerto
I was
Rican.
born here. I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican. You racist son of a bitch.
I'm not saying I'm racist. I made an analogy to tell
Yeah.
you know how other countries
Yeah.
are racist,
Okay.
basically, and this one.
I think you said that you're bad at history. I think all Americans are bad at history.
That is true.
I have a brother-in-law from Poland,
That's because they don't
and
give
him
a fuck.
and his brother recite American history to me, and I'm like standing there like a dickhead. I don't know, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, really?
It all dictates though exactly. I mean, whose history are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably all different stories,
Yeah, yeah.
different
But
beliefs. Actually,
Who I am as a person is not necessarily the same history as
Yeah.
America.
yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, at the same
Fuck
time,
that.
like there's that cliche quote of like history belongs to the victors. So we only know history from the people that won a war and wrote about it.
Yeah.
We don't know the other
Right.
stuff of the people that took the L and their side of the story.
So what's that going to be like when we're history and there's kids in school reading up about, you know,
The iPhone,
everything,
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Instead
These
of the Industrial
motherfuckers
Revolution,
used
it'll
to have
be,
an iPhone.
you know, the technological revolution or whatever, you know, when they're talking about how people act and how people communicate. That's going to be old news.
Yeah,
It's going to be weird.
I think it's going to be like we look at the Industrial Revolution, and then we look at like the Enlightenment, right? Like all these times they have like these names to that period. Yeah. Well, we're living in a period. I feel like that's gonna have a name.
Yeah.
But we don't know it because we're in it.
Right.
Right. Like the '60s. What do they call those years? Like the. What did they call those years? Like
just the word hippie or whatever.
Yeah,
just
like the hippie movement.
Yeah.
But
what was baby boomers? What were the baby boomers?
Wasn't that like
came back
50s?
from the war, gave birth to a bunch of hippies, or was that not
yeah,
accurate
basically.
at all?
But I think like 100 years from now they're gonna look back at because like from I don't know what would you say since like '93 when the internet really became kind of like commercialized. 93 to like now, the amount of change has been crazy
already. You try to think of how things are going to change now, and I think about this, and I think we've maxed out. I mean, there's going to be a couple cool things.
What?
Like, when I was a kid, I was in Staples or something, and someone was telling me, you know, that...
The fuck were you doing at Staples?
Buying a calculator for my sister for math class or something.
You went to fucking Staples?
But someone was like, do you know that they say in 20 years they're going to have a typewriter that you can speak to, and it'll type out your messages? I'm like, that's everything I ever wanted.
Someone that worked at Staples.
No, like, what are you doing here? Quit. Yeah. No, but somebody told, I think my mom or something, and I was like, that would be amazing. And then now we have that, and we don't give a shit about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I barely use dictation.
And it's not a typewriter; it's our phones.
Yeah.
You know.
But what do you think about like cars as a service? Like we could get to the point where people don't own cars; they just order a ride from a car that has no drivers. So it'd be just an autonomous vehicle that would pick you up and drop you off.
What do you think?
Dick does that now.
It's called Enterprise. We'll drop you off, or no? What is it? We'll pick you up. That's what it is.
Right, and
then
they
started the trend.
Right?
Enterprise was like, "Yo, we'll come pick you up, and like we'll give you the car and shit like that." Enterprise should sue Uber.
They were the first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People are always going to want to own cars, though, right? So they can do things their own way, and it depends on where you live too. You know how easy the transit is.
We're sitting next to a guy who doesn't own a car.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
But he doesn't. He kind of set himself up to where he doesn't really need to.
I don't know.
But you got Uber, and then he works close to home, and he's right. You know, he's in a good location.
That's very efficient.
Location.
He's not paying fucking a car payment. Not paying a.
That is true.
Insurance.
That's true.
Taxes, for the
Can't
plate.
Hey, I pay taxes.
No, for the car.
Hey, this is Dave Morales, IRS. I pay taxes, government. I'm good.
They're coming.
Everything's
Next up, the IRS is coming in for another
up to date
audit.
IRS joins the conversation. We're all getting tax audits now. Thank you.
I was at a technology conference the beginning of this month, and the guy was talking about how autonomous vehicles.
Say that again.
Autonomous vehicles.
You're gonna have to explain that word to me.
So like driverless cars.
Autonomous? I thought you said a ton of his vehicles.
No.
A ton of these?
Right. Yeah, no, a ton of his vehicles. I'm like, this guy's rich.
Who is this guy?
All right, go ahead.
So driverless vehicles potentially.
Thank you.
With the ability, because I mean, like cars are basically just computers with wheels. Like they have computers in them. And what he was saying was, like, this could be a simple, very stupid solution, but you could have, an autonomous vehicle drive around town all day, and anytime it comes across a pothole, it marks that spot where there's a pothole.
Boom.
And you could send that to, the city maintenance team, and they could have a map of where all the places they need to send crews at. And he's like, that's just one example of like the amount of data that can be collected just in the auto space. You can speak, by the way.
Can I have a beer? A Labatt Blue.
Can I get a Oktoberfest?
Beer before liquor.
Shout out to
never been
Great
sicker?
Lakes, Ohio City.
No, I had liquor. I'm drinking
What
my my Woodford Reserve here. Are we gonna get sued?
No, what I'm saying is beer before liquor.
No.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
Okay, guys.
I feel like those.
Beer
I feel
before
like
liquor, you're sucking a dick in an alley.
I feel like after you turn 30, those rules just don't apply.
Really?
No,
Yeah, it's-
they don't.
Liquor before beer, you're in the
No.
clear.
That's like
Beer
in your
before
20s.
liquor,
You're like,
never
hey,
been sicker.
I can't do that, man, because I didn't do this yet. And then after 30, you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm off tomorrow. And you're like, give me that.
Turn 30.
Like, you don't give a shit anymore.
I've
Like,
had nights where
that's
I've
how
had,
I feel. I'm 32 years old. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll just, like, okay, I'll drink tequila, and then I'll go drink an old fashioned. Do I care?
Yeah.
If it's like a clear and a dark, or like a dark and a clear before? No. I usually live in the moment, so if I'm like, hey, I would really like this old fashioned.
Thank you, darling.
I'm gonna drink that old fashioned.
Here, let me touch Dave's beer
But-
before I give it to him.
Jesus Christ.
Here it goes.
But
Okay, there you go.
thank you.
So, just to give people some context, Dave is drinking Great Lakes Oktoberfest,
Thank you.
and when we went to pick it up, he goes, "Is it too early to drink this?" I was like, "Dude, September's tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Ooh, yeah.
And he's like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "September's not October." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Oktoberfest is in September."
That is
weird.
Yeah.
But it's August 31st, so I guess we're talking about 3 different months. And here
Why would
Dave
they have
is.
Oktoberfest?
How often do you go to Halloween weekends at Cedar Point?
I've never been there.
You've
Same.
never been?
No.
You've never been to Cedar Point?
No, I've been to Cedar Point.
But you've never been to Halloween weekends?
No.
Dude, I want to go. They have a thing
go.
right now. They have a deal right now. Cedar Point. Shout out to Cedar Point. We need to tag Cedar Point in this shit. But they have a deal right now where you buy a pass for $100, and it's good for like this year and next year.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you can make payments for
For
like
what?
$9 a month. It's like fucking Spotify. It's crazy,
Huh.
right?
The
For this
subscription
this
service.
year
What do you get?
and next year, you get a pass, Cedar Point pass for this
$100?
year and next year. Yeah,
I thought it was way more expensive
and I
than
think
that for 1 year.
No,
When I-
well, it's like $60 per trip.
When I went out to that technology,
I don't know why they're doing that.
When I went out to that technology conference, I was flying out of Cleveland, and there was a woman boarding the plane with me who was telling me that she came in from Burbank, California,
Yeah.
just to go to Cedar Point.
Oh fuck yeah! Cedar Point is
and-
like one of the best theme parks in the world.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah, it has.
She was like blown away.
It has.
She's like, "You
the-
guys have a gem here."
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fastest, the fucking tallest, like a bunch of shit.
That's
like
Canada too. A lot of Canadians go there too. Not to keep turning the whole fucking conversation.
The
That. This
plug
dude
in
loves
Canada.
Canada, bro. Canada. Up
But
in
it's
the
true.
building.
People travel to go to see.
Toronto Raptors
I-
win the fucking NBA Finals. All of a sudden, everybody loves Canada.
I was there. We were in Niagara Falls watching. Oh no, that was the first game.
I
Of the
never
NBA Finals?
realized how close Toronto is.
From from here.
Yeah, crazy.
6 hours, 7. The way we do it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The border is
I thought it was like 4.
what 4 hours?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No?
Not in the car. To Niagara, about 4, 4.5, 5. Yeah.
Huh.
But still, I mean, you could
I'm
leave
good.
the country in 4 hours. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Ohio is a
I have my
very
cats right here.
Ohio's a strange spot. I feel like everyone we have a bad mentality. I'm not saying you.
Right.
I'm just saying in general.
Oh no, I think you're good at it.
I just think in general we have this bad mentality about here. But
About
there's
America or Canada?
no
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. I mean, I love Ohio.
Yeah.
I love the seasons. I mean, living in Lorain, and I mean, just in general in the Cleveland area, living right by the lake is awesome. Living
Some
by
people don't
water
have that.
is awesome.
Agreed.
Like I didn't like. I'm so happy that I live here
What
instead
do you
of
think
living
it
somewhere. Like I mean, if I had to live anywhere else in Ohio, if I didn't live by the water, it would probably be like Columbus.
Yeah.
I feel like Columbus would be dope.
Columbus is too clean for me. I feel like someone's trying to trick me. Like I like the grit that is
Yeah.
Northeast Ohio.
Me
Yeah.
too. I mean,
We're different. We're
yeah.
different people. It's
They
a
don't
different
have a
culture.
Mr. Heroes either. You know what I mean?
What?
They don't.
Mr. Heroes is only in Northeast Ohio.
I feel like most of the men that I come across in Columbus could be a barista at Starbucks, and I don't vibe.
That's the
with
kind
that.
of feel you get.
Are they very
Yeah.
pretty?
It's weird. It's weird.
Do you
It's-
think I could give them a drink?
Tell me more about the boys in
yeah,
Columbus.
yeah. Tell me more about these boys in Columbus.
So
You missed a good rape joke.
No, it was not a good. Don't please. It was not. There's never a such thing as a good rape joke because it does not exist. It's very offensive.
have you ever? What are your thoughts on like stand-up classes?
like taking stand-up classes?
Just in general, the idea.
I feel about that the same way as me dropping out of community college. Like
it was a good idea.
I didn't want to fucking be there. Why would I want to
Yeah.
do something
What about
that
Second
I
City?
already know that I could do myself?
What about Second City?
I would love to do Second City.
So-
I mean, being a part of Second City is a different kind
Yeah.
of honor, though. That's like, you know,
Yeah.
you're part of a fucking history.
Family.
Yeah, that's like going to Harvard.
Plus, it's
For comedians.
it's
Yeah,
but
It's
it's a different type of
it's an
art.
improv though.
Yeah,
it's not
it's a
stand
different
up.
type of art.
You'll meet a lot of people, and I never knew this until I actually went out to California for the first time. I never knew that there was a difference between, you know, an improv actor and a comedian. Because I met, you know, actors who do comedy, but on film, but they have never been on stage to actually tell jokes. But their field is, like
Comedy?
Yeah,
What is that used for?
that's fucking. I'm.
That's their genre.
Yeah.
What is what used for?
I mean, they do
Improv?
comedy on
Film.
film. Like Mike Birbiglia?
Well,
It's like certain.
like a Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
right? Like
Will
Will
Ferrell doesn't do
Ferrell,
stand up,
Right.
but his genre,
but he's funny as fuck on film.
but his
Right.
genre in the movies he
Yeah.
makes is comedy.
Oh, you're talking like comedy actors.
Compared
Basically-
to actual comedians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying there was like this weird like.
No, that's why
Hybrid.
That's why the only few like I mean Adam Sandler did it, but then he became an improv
Chris
actor.
Farley.
And he did but Chris Farley he wasn't a stand-up
Right.
comedian.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was an
I think he
improv.
tried it and he was like, no.
His brother is.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin
he does
Farley?
shows at Funny Style.
I haven't seen him. I haven't gone to see it.
I
seen
always,
him.
whenever he comes into town, I always message Pete and I ask him if I can open for him. I love fucking Farley, man.
Yeah.
And it's like if I can open up for his brother, you know how cool that would be.
That would be awesome.
That's
That'd
how
be
great.
fucking dope.
That's how great he was. That
And he's been in
his
all the movies
brother's
too.
cool. He made
Yeah.
his brother
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Spade puts him in his movies all the time,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Does he?
Yeah, he puts him in all of his movies. He was in Joe Dirt, like Joe Dirt 2. He
Are
was
you
in-
serious?
Yeah, Spade always puts him in all of his movies. Like he used
Kevin
to,
Farley was in Joe Dirt?
yeah,
What part?
he was a security guard.
Black Sheep, you mean?
No,
He was a security guard in Black Sheep.
yeah, I think he always plays a security guard.
What is going?
I gotta look that up. I don't
What
know.
is going on with David Spade? I was like scrolling through
He
Twitter.
has a show on Comedy Central, but
Really?
I haven't had cable in like 2 years,
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't.
But like, I saw a picture of him
I really watched
online,
it.
and he looked old, and I was so confused. I was like,
That's because
what?
he's fucking 73 years old.
David Spade?
Yeah, David Spade is 73 years old.
No.
Dude.
No.
Do you know who?
I was like,
do,
what?
do you know who is?
I
in
would
the
just,
70s?
I wouldn't like to see, but I would like to see just David Spade have sex, just because I know he's banging like all these hot ass women.
But he is a woman.
But yeah, he's
He's
like,
yeah,
yeah. David Spade's stroke game is weak. It has to be.
He's probably got a hammer though.
Oh, dude, no way. You think so?
I don't know.
David Spade's got a big
He
dick?
probably spent more money on his dick than hairspray.
Oh, so he got reconstructive dick.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
Can you get your dick reconstructed?
Sure. You get breast implants.
I mean, yeah, that does make sense. I mean, you can pretty much do anything.
You could get it ripped
nowadays.
off and throw a vagina there. I don't know why you couldn't add on.
That is true.
Some people tear down an entire house to have a lot to build a house.
I don't know. I mean, but the sensitivity, I wonder if it would be the same. I'm sure it would be with the medical practices
nerve
nowadays.
endings and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt
I
it.
feel like
yeah.
a penis is more mechanical though.
What do you mean, like a bull?
There's movement, you know. Like breasts aren't like.
That's not true, my friend.
Well, you still keep
I've
your
seen
nerve
many
endings in your
breasts
nipple,
move. All right.
right?
What is it?
Like you still have your nerve endings in your nipple. All they're doing is cutting the underboob and slapping some silicone in there.
Yeah, they
But
pretty
with a
much.
dick.
It's like a contact on your eye,
Yeah.
but you just add some extra shit, and your
In it.
skin
I don't understand.
can just stretch a lot.
I don't understand that metaphor. You're saying it's basically a contacts lens.
Like
Well,
a
if you put the
contact
lens
lens
inside the boob.
into the boob.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that's how they do implants.
It's like a pouch.
They do that with ass now. They do that with like fucking everything. It's crazy.
Lip injection.
All these girls on Instagram where you're like, oh my god, she got a fat ass. It's not even real. She paid for it. Actually, you paid for it because you're following her.
And so like
Sad.
When it's sad, it is. It's so
When-
sad.
when we before the podcast, I had told you that I'm only on Twitter now.
Yeah.
I told that to my wife, and she's like, "Why?" And I was like, "I can't compete with the booty. Like I can't compete on Instagram
Yeah.
with the booty. It's like no one wants to listen to me."
Twitter is honestly
Wow.
the least thing that I use, even though I know that I should use it more.
Mm.
But it's just so hard. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And it's so much all at once.
There's a lot of noise.
There's a lot of noise. It's too much. It's too much traffic
It was never
for
appealing
me
to me.
personally. I mean, it's cool to like just have a Twitter so you can see exactly what's going on. I mean, you'll see some funny shit. You'll see some real shit. But you see like a lot of crazy things.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's something that I can't use for me specifically for marketing.
Yeah.
Like I use Facebook, I use Instagram, and then I'll use Snapchat and shit like that for marketing and stuff like that. But
I had a Twitter years ago, but I didn't really like. And I was kind of more or less a kid a few years ago, so I just used Twitter to like say a joke or whatever I wanted to say.
the
but I
crazier
never
things
thought-
that you need to say.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
what's fucked up.
But it's
Instagram,
like I
you're,
could do that on Facebook.
yeah. Instagram, you're posting a picture of your fucking food. Facebook, you're like, hey, I'm sad. And then like on like fucking Twitter, you're like, yo, where the bitches at? Like, blah, 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 you're like saying all this crazy shit and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that's like Twitter is
I
crazy.
didn't like the form factor of it. It was kind of boring for me.
MySpace was cool.
Yeah,
They took it away.
Well, this will have it, but it's for musicians, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I got locked out of my old MySpace account, and I had a lot of good things that I recorded there that I haven't. I'll probably never hear again.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Let's all talk about our last shows. Anthony, when was your last show?
My last show was August 24th, last weekend, right? At Speak of the Devil in Lorraine.
Yeah.
Brand new bar, awesome bar, cocktail bar.
It's great. They have good food, pizza.
Yeah.
Great pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great everything there. The chef there is incredible.
He knows what he's doing.
What, how did your performance go?
Good. No,
Wow.
it was different because I played there a few times before, and I've had nights where I sat down. I think there's a different like thing going on when I sit down and play.
Yeah.
It puts me in a totally different mood.
Yeah.
Last time when I played there, they have a wheel that you can spin,
That is true.
and
Is that where you feel like you went too
I
far?
kind of veered.
You went too far.
Well, my mommy and daddy told me I went too far, but I had a
No,
really good
I
time.
loved it. I
Was
mean,
it good?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
He was telling jokes actually because
Yeah,
Wow.
kind
he
of.
was drunk
Yeah.
and he had this wheel to like improvise with.
It's like $2
and
off the
like-
next shot for whoever I pick.
Yeah, and then like by the end of it, he kept doing $2 off,
Yeah, and
and it was just like
the bar owners were like,
yeah. And
cut
he was
it
like,
out.
"Look," he's like, "I think we should stop doing this because I think I'm not making you guys any money."
Wow.
But it was
But
funny.
it was
though, you
funny.
know?
I was
loved
like, I asked a question about, I don't know, like anything, music history,
Yeah.
music history, or
Yeah.
even like potable water system is in a municipality.
To
or
be
something.
fair, though, I
Crazy.
mean, his parents are very lovely. I love them.
Yeah.
Was Sierra there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get an objective
Hi,
Yeah, let's
third
get an
party
outside.
How you gotta sit over
How
here.
did I do?
point of view? on Anthony's performance at Speak of the Devil last weekend?
Shitty.
Love you too,
Just
bitch.
kidding. No, it was good. And it was a good time, and the food was amazing, and the drinks were amazing.
And you did it under the influence.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Probably the two.
Isn't that crazy?
I did 3
You
sets.
played
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't
Right?
talk.
What would you do if you had to perform for 3 hours?
Was screaming and singing and
Dude, that would be
By the third
torture.
hour, I would have a futon out.
yeah.
And we would all just be watching a TV show.
Well, that's. I mean, what do
I'm
you
like,
expect?
"Look, guys."
That's probably why I was such an asshole by the third set.
Yeah.
I spun the wheel and instead, like, I asked someone a question.
I would consider you
spun
an
the wheel.
asshole.
No,
I know. I thought you did
I
great.
always feel bad when I have.
I
like,
would say the
too-
only
I drink a
asshole
lot.
was probably Sierra when she almost ran me over with the car.
I didn't
At the
know
end of the
you were
night.
getting in.
She almost took me. She almost
Yeah.
killed me.
I watched your video of Dave walking
Yeah.
to Speak of the Devil,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I saw Sierra almost lay him out
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
coming down the stairs.
Yeah. And she
Anthony Scrofano, Scrofano, YouTube.com.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
So,
I'm not
what's,
violent.
so
I
what's
promise.
going on?
The show ends.
I'm glad
She
this
didn't know.
isn't
I
video.
had left for a little bit, and I was like, doing my thing. I went to my apartment, smoked some weed, and then I came back, and
I
they
didn't know
and
that
they were
it was that.
leaving. So we're putting stuff back in the car like real quick, and she's in the driver's seat, and then Anthony gets in, and then like I go to open the back door, and then she
It's a
just
van.
takes off.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It just takes off, and like Anthony knew I was getting in, but she didn't know I was getting
I was
in.
yelling at her.
I
You almost killed my friend.
That's crazy.
was good though.
But you were saying something before the podcast about the next day after that.
I can't remember saying that, but I do remember feeling very guilty for no reason.
Oh, we went to Scorchers and drank again.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes
Is
you
it
just have to,
Dave?
you know,
That's true.
I feel like that's such a Northeast Ohio thing. It's like
alcoholism.
you go
Hey,
drink.
cheers! Hey.
You go drink because you're so disappointed of how much you drank the day before.
I just felt like
I got so fucked up last
I
night.
just
You
feel
know
like I
what?
did the wrong thing.
Hey,
like,
you want to go get some shots? Yeah.
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
My grandma was
Do
there.
they sell wings?
My grandma came to the show. My parents.
So this was an international audience, or was it on your dad's side?
No, it was not internet, municipal. You say- People from the
Were
city.
there a
There's
lot of
probably
French
lawyers there.
Canadians?
There's probably things. But the thing about it, I wanted to say was I spun the wheel and I did a joke about it. Probably said like $2 off next shot or whatever. But I was like below a homeless man. And I grabbed the mic and I walked outside and I was like, Larry, get over here! And like everyone in the bar was like,
That's
what
great.
the
Right?
Fuck.
That's good
That's
stuff.
great.
but
good
yeah, it wasn't
That's
crazy.
cool.
I think it was a little bad taste for my family because they didn't want to see their baby boy up there like, oh my
Okay.
god, this
Blowing
guy's
homeless
like, yeah,
guys.
Yeah,
Well, how do you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah.
you probably had a good
Dude,
time
I had a
about it.
great time.
Yeah.
I ate mushrooms.
No,
And went to the show.
No, not the show.
Oh,
How do you
blowing
feel-
homeless guys?
No, how do you
How do
feel,
you feel about
about
homeless guys?
air quotes? Discolor? Is that
That's not a word. You
That's
just
not a
made
word.
that up. You just
Um,
made that up.
Automated.
inappropriate air quote inappropriate material in front of friends and family, or should I say family, or
Well.
should say mom, grandma?
Well,
it's-
in my case, my family's never seen me, so
Really?
That's
yeah.
fucked.
What?
So
Yeah.
I don't give.
I miss
a
your mom.
fuck.
I miss your mom.
My mom goes to bed at like 6:30.
She have a weird shift.
Yeah, she works mornings like
probably
early.
well
early.
rested.
Like what?
Yeah,
Like
she
me?
usually wakes up like 4:30.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, they have dinner at like 3.
Ooh.
I'm like, I'll ask my mom out to lunch, and she'll be like, "I'm cooking dinner." I'm like, "Mom, it's 2:30." Like, what are you
That's
talking
hilarious.
about? Like, I just woke up.
We got to get her out to a show.
Right?
I know.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
We
haven't
got to
seen her.
do. We had to do a brunch show.
Yeah,
That's hard.
I would let them charge my mom though. Because she's waited so long.
You know what? A
Like,
good
look,
brunch.
Mom, you're not on the list. You gotta pay.
It's fucked.
So was this the first time you performed in front of your grandma?
No,
No,
no. She's
probably
seen me
not.
over the years and all
Yeah.
that. You know, different places.
Yeah, it just all led up to this disappointed.
Disappointment. Fucking horrible.
Yeah, but your fiance feels like it went well.
Oh no, it did.
So
go
can
well.
you
I was
hang
there.
your hat
Yeah,
on
I was there
I
too,
know. I
yeah.
had a really good time, and a lot of people. It was great, and I watched reactions, and even like the older generation. I watched them, and they're even. It's good because you can see them getting loose and laughing about some of the most messed up things you say and all that, and they realize that that's what that kind of situation is warranted towards. Is you can say whatever you want because you have a microphone, and that's people are there to see that kind of act. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's freedom.
I feel like as a performer, the best thing that you could ever do is just be honest.
Yeah.
Just be honest with who's ever there.
Don't censor yourself.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this is who I am as, like, what you came to see.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me think when
No?
I was at Mad Max and... Oh, no. I was at Speak of the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was like in June, May or June. And, like, you were getting after it with this group of, like, 50-year-old women.
Oh, that's probably the first time he's done that.
And it was... to me, it seemed aggressive. And I was inspired by it, but it was aggressive.
Yeah, what did I say?
I don't think I can repeat it.
Were they not
on
paying
air.
attention?
What did I say?
Was it like the one the other week at Uniontown Provisions where there was like a table full of like older teachers that weren't paying attention and talking loud during a comedy? Yeah, well,
that
you know
was
what?
it.
Then they fucked up. 'Cause that's more disrespectful.
Did I tell them like shut the fuck
Well,
up and stuff?
but is it though like at a bar? Because to me, there's a difference between a bar and a comedy club.
It depends on. I mean, if you're at a show at Speak of the Devil, then you are at a comedy show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is
fair.
specifically built and marketed around that. So I mean, if you're there for that, then yeah. I don't know what I said to them.
There's
I'm
a
sure,
certain etiquette at a
I'm
show. that
sure
you
it was funny as fuck. And they probably like thanked me afterwards.
Really?
So, Dave, tell us about your last performance.
My last performance was at the Winchester on this past Wednesday. I performed with Ramon Rivas. It was him, and then James Brassfield hosted, and then we had Riley Phillips and the Mr. What the fuck is his name? God damn it! I'm sorry. Oh, fuck, shit. Graham? No, not Graham.
Billy?
No.
Joe?
Fuck, what is his name? Damn.
Louis?
Yeah, Louis C.K.
We're just throwing out names.
Oh, fuck. He's gonna kill me if he ever... He won't listen, he won't listen to
Yeah,
this.
he won't.
He won't listen to this.
If he was, he'd call you.
No, he's always
and tell
too...
him
He's
his
too
name.
busy. He works with the Mike Polk show, though. Have you done the Mike Polk show?
Jimmy.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham.
Nice.
Him and... I was thinking of Joe Graham. It's the Graham. Too
Yeah,
many,
what is up with that?
too many fucking people got the last name
There's
Graham.
literally like 5
Yeah.
comics in
Yeah.
Northeast Ohio.
There's one
Last-
Morales. There's one Lee. Like, come on. Like, there's
It's
like
weird.
fucking 4 Grahams.
Yeah, and I live right down the street from Graham Road, which
Yeah,
freaks
that's
me out
whack.
even more.
That's whack. But
I
yeah,
just
Jimmy
shot up a
Graham,
Graham.
he was there too. It was dope, man. It was like a pop-up show. Ramon was only in town for like a week, and he's from Lorraine, and I mean,
Really?
yeah, and
That's
he,
crazy.
he hit me up to do it, and I was very thankful.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, we fucked.
Hard.
Yeah.
Consensual
Yeah.
rape.
Slid in the DMs.
I'm not a bottom though, so definitely a top.
Yum.
So, yeah. But yeah, he asked me to do it, and I did it, and I've been working on a whole new set for the past couple of months, and I did it there, and it was
Isn't that horrifying? Isn't it horrifying to bring up new material?
no, because it was probably like my 8th show, like 8th time doing it. You know what I mean? Like as far as using it and stuff like that. So it was pretty much like down.
So you're hitting your stride.
Yeah, it was down packed by then, and it was very, like welcoming. I guess I don't know what the word, but they liked it. It was actually the first time that the next day.
Did you do the bar or the
no the
big room?
back room, big room? Yeah,
Nice.
and it was the first time ever, like the next day, where I had random messages from people, and they were like, "You're funny."
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like jerked off right after it.
Were you looking at the messages after the
It was
show?
nice. It was nice.
After the show or after
no.
the messages?
After, in my own bed the next day. No, I didn't do that. That's,
I can't right now.
but yeah, it was dope though. I had such a good time. It was such a great show. I like the Winchester. They have really good pierogies. Those
They-
fucking things are
They also have
huge wings, bro.
Have
Really?
you
Oh
have
my
you
God,
played
they're
there,
like
Anthony?
fucking.
Yes.
They're huge, man. You never had the wings there?
I don't think I had
my
food
God,
there.
Bro, it's so good. The food there is so good. When was your last show, Lewis?
Mine was what was it? August. I don't know. Maybe like August 17th in Youngstown at the Funny Farm.
Funny Farm.
Yeah, it was a good show. We had Liz Blanc.
Ooh.
She closed the show for us.
Liz is my girl.
She did a good job.
I love Liz.
It was an all-around good performance. And,
Yeah.
and like I was telling you before we got in here, Youngstown, they don't have a lot of stuff going on. They don't have a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
So I had some friends come out, and they supported me. I'm so thankful for
That's
that.
dope.
But after that, they came up to me, and they're like, so do you guys go on tour? Like, they thought, like, all the comedians, like, did what we did that night.
Yes. Yes, we do.
As a
We're in
circuit.
Germany tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, go set the mood real quick, okay?
I've been talking to Liz actually recently about
We can wrap it up.
we
wrap
pretty
it
much
up
just
now.
go however we go, yeah.
I mean, I would say no more longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah. But I've been talking to Liz lately. I love Liz. We've actually become pretty close. Not too close, but I've been, talking a lot more. And she's a dope ass person. We never really conversated or like hung out or anything like that. But I love her, and we've been actually talking about like doing a podcast together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think it would be dope.
I think that's
So
a good
Liz,
mixture.
we gonna do that shit.
That's
We gonna
awesome.
do that.
Yeah, because she has like her own perspective on shit, to which I have my own, and like I think we could just mash well together.
But so
I love meeting people like that. You
so
know what I mean?
it's
That's why I love you.
it's like a different perspective,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
civil,
Oh,
which is
not mine, but,
which is no. What
but
I'm
not
saying-
either hers
what-
either.
no,
Honestly,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is the differences between each other.
Oh yeah,
you
definitely.
can sit down and have a civil conversation about it
Oh yeah.
without it being divisive.
Yeah. That's probably the most beautiful thing about being a part of the Cleveland like comedy community, is that we all get to fucking just meet each other
Triple C.
like through like everyone is from like
Right.
different communities. Like we're all from different backgrounds, but we all have one common goal. And
Depression.
yeah, and we all like I love everyone. You know what I mean? Like I love all the comics that we all fuck with all the time
Yeah.
and stuff like
How
that.
could you not?
It's a fucking family, and like it's dope as fuck. And I feel very happy and like proud to be a part of it.
What's up, man?
Like I love it.
We have Matt here.
Hey, Matt. You're on a podcast, by the way. I'm Lewis.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
It's
you're
all right,
cool, man.
No, shout out to
Yeah.
Matt.
Shout out to
What's the
Matt.
name of the podcast?
The Lewis Lee Podcast. That's me.
Did you win the Cleveland Comedy Awards for best?
No.
No, you were in it though, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Thank you for the nomination, but
Yeah.
this isn't even a funny podcast. That's why I was embarrassed to be there.
Why?
Because I was
You're
like,
nominated, bro.
this isn't a funny podcast. I think it's
Oh, that
We
was
have a Siberian Husky in the room knocking over liquor bottles as we speak.
Were you at the award show?
No, I don't go to things that I'm not fucking up for.
Oh.
Like that's why I like in there.
I did. I went
Oh.
to the store.
I thought you meant like.
Well, like honestly, I mean, like a lot of people.
yeah.
I've been there before.
I feel like when you do comedy, like
It's Tennessee.
you get like, I mean, when you
Kentucky.
first start off
Kentucky.
doing comedy, you want to be at every show. Like that's literally what you want to do. You want to do that Monday through Sunday. Even then, though, I mean, that's probably something you should always do. But that shit gets fucking like, it gets boring and it becomes just so like
monotonous.
yeah, you can't. You gotta get a break from that shit. So it's
Branch
like
off.
I love going to open mics and stuff like that, but it's like I can't necessarily do that shit all the time. It's not because I don't feel like I need to or I don't want to. It's just like I personally can't, because after you do it so many times, it just becomes like, you know what I mean? Like,
have you ever felt
you need those breaks?
Does it help you perfect your shit though? When
if
you
you're
do that?
working on new stuff and you have
Right.
an actual reason to actually be there,
Right.
but other people just fucking show up just to show up.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just be there just to fucking be there because they got nothing else to do. But, like, if I don't have a main reason for actually going to an open mic because I'm working on my set or something like that,
Sure.
then I'm not going to actually go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like when
I like showing up to book shows usually only. That's the only usually I do.
do you, like, have you been in a situation where you have like old material and you keep doing it over and over and over again, and then you kind of feel like you're looking at a parrot with yourself?
It's not good.
And like
It's not good.
That's
like,
a good analogy.
and it's like to me, like I was at that point on the 17th.
No.
And I was like, it was so weird because I'm watching myself kind of just like spewing like a recording,
Right.
and then hearing
It's like a robot.
and then hearing people laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like the laughs even felt like it was a laugh track.
Yeah.
That you're just watching The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it doesn't really stick out to you, but you expect it, and it's like repeating. Yeah, I don't think that's good.
No,
I
I,
think
don't
that's-
think so at all. I feel like you need a mental break from shit like that, and it's not necessarily like because I feel. Oh, okay.
This is your
No,
performance?
this is just some app I have on my phone
Oh,
that.
the laugh track.
Yeah.
I don't get applause like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I would be flattered.
What about?
I feel like. Oh,
Yeah.
what's the deal with
It's
airplane food?
There's so many peanuts. Who are you people?
Yeah,
That's enough of that.
it's
It's not the. It's.
but
it's,
but at the same time,
It's not the same.
But at the same time, don't you feel that anything artistic, a lot of it deals with momentum.
Oh
and
yeah.
being able to kind of keep the momentum rolling.
Yeah.
Football players play every Sunday. If you do one thing a week, but it's that one thing that you look forward to which you know that as soon as you get there, you're just gonna fucking take over. Like, that's the kind of mindset that I usually try to have.
I know last
You
year.
show up like, okay, I haven't been here in a week or two, but I've been here before, so it's like game day.
I felt that way at Zany's
Yeah.
in Rosemont.
Dude,
And
I love Zany's and Rose.
I was kind of like getting nervous because I don't think I
that
had.
green room,
Yeah.
they got free booze. They got like,
Damn.
so, dude, it's dope.
Where's this?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
like
it's dope.
I went up and I
It's
was
like,
like
Crocker Park. That's what it reminds me of.
yeah, and I was like I haven't done stand up in like 3 weeks, and but when I got on stage, it felt kind of like going up to the stage. I felt like I was coming out the tunnel,
Fuck yeah.
like Ray Lewis.
It felt real.
inside.
yeah.
I feel like it
Oh,
should feel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it feels great too, man. That's a nice room. It's like real like spread out too.
That is like when you play somewhere where it's the opposite of what you're explaining, and it's just like there's nobody there. There's no reason for anyone to be there.
Tumbleweed.
You ever do that? Like
You
you're
played
like,
in- you
you're
played
like,
in
thank you
Canada.
for letting me practice here.
Yeah, you
basically.
played in Canada. You know what I mean?
Um,
It's a different feeling when you play out of state.
yeah, that too.
Like,
if you travel to go to do it,
Yeah,
you feel like
yeah. When you played at that
You're on a
coffee shop
journey or
in
something.
in Canada.
Well,
I remember that video. I'm
Um,
sure when you were playing, you're probably like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm
Free
gonna-
Times Cafe.
Is that what it was? Where's that at?
Yeah, I can't remember the address or like the street
What's
or
the
anything.
city?
It's Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure. Like
you
when you were
travel that
playing,
far,
yeah.
they don't know anybody. They don't
No.
know what to expect.
Oh, dude.
And it's funny too because like there's been times where like open mics mostly are for people who are trying shit out. Is my opinion, I guess.
It's
Or I
either
think
trying
that's-
shit out or
Working on stage presence,
Yeah.
crowd work.
or just some motherfucker who his friends were like, "Oh, dude, you should go up.
Yeah, you should go up.
You should go up, bro. You're so
That's-
But
funny.
I did it, and I had
You
my
be
loop
saying
pedal.
funny shit all the time when we hang out. Like, you should go up."
I did
And then he
one
goes
in,
up and he's like, "Hey,
and everyone's like,
fucking sucks.
Well, it's really bad.
So bad.
It's really bad.
I hate that shit.
If their friends hype them up,
Yeah, it's the worst.
and then they start trying to do showcases.
They go,
and
You know what the sad thing
That's
about
what I
that
do
is?
with Dave.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
kidding.
That's the sad thing about that is too is like if you are running the room and you're running an open mic and some guy who's doing it for the first time, they always bring like fucking like 10 or 15 people
for support. And
Yeah.
just feel good.
and like what they don't know is that you're just gonna
trash.
well you're like, okay, well this guy's gonna fucking suck, but he brought 10 to 15 people, so I'm gonna put him last.
Have you?
So you keep those 10 to 15 people there throughout the whole show.
Have you ever seen or revisited your first set?
My first set
Yeah.
was at, I don't have it on film, but it was at LVT. That was the first time I ever like did anything. It was LVT.
Lesbian by trans.
That was about 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years. Going like by the end of this year, it'll be 4 years.
You're gonna have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, really,
Oh, yeah, the board. Yeah.
dude. I'm
You guys ever
like,
go to an open mic and kill, and like everyone's just like, "Fuck you! You don't need to be here." Not trying to seem like, but it's funny because like there is people that are trying to find a comfort zone, and then like you're the dickhead that comes and already has it figured out, but you just want to play.
I feel that
whatever,
way
you know, you just
every
wanna-
time I've
Big
seen
dick.
John Armstrong perform.
I fucking love John. John Armstrong's that dude.
What I love about
He's
John,
just so comfortable.
What I love about John is he's so comfortable.
He's political
that
too, though.
He's so comfortable that you're like, oh, this is a nice guy.
Yeah.
But if you were like to read what he's saying on paper, you would think he's so vicious. You would think he's so and like
I love John.
like he's so comfortable, but he's actually up there screaming at someone or about something, and it's
Which
hilarious.
is funny because when you talk to him, he's so relaxed.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
then when he's on stage, he's just like, "Hey, you know what?
It's a nice contrast.
Such
Where the
a
fuck
great
did that come from?
Armstrong impression.
It always starts off so high pitched. That's usually what he does.
But like he's yelling.
You know, I've been watching The View.
He's so mad.
Yeah.
But he's so comfortable.
Yeah.
While
Why
he's
is it
mad.
white women? I love it. I love John. I've had him on so many shows, and I love doing shows with him. He's such a nice. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. And he's featuring all the time at the Improv now.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
It couldn't be for such a a better dude, honestly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I gotta get it. Do you want to go to the Improv sometime?
Dude, I wanted to go this weekend
I do.
because Terry T's in town. That's a real good friend of mine from Brooklyn.
Let me know when you want to go.
He's featuring this whole weekend, but it's like I have to the schedule didn't fucking just work for it.
Let me
It
know
sucks.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
With your schedule.
The Improv is hard to break through, man.
I don't know. I just meant just go up there.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, but I'm just saying, like in general, though, the Improv is really hard to break through.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for you.
That's racist.
What does that mean? Bad neighborhood.
So we're coming up on time. Thank you so much. We're gonna make this circle a lot less awkward now, turning off the microphone. But,
Honestly, I feel like it's gonna be more awkward once the microphone
Yeah,
turns
right.
off.
Hi guys.
Now I gotta talk to these.
But
you, Dave.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
any dates you want to plug? I know, Anthony. We're gonna say because you probably have the websites, YouTube channels.
Well, I
show
did all
dates.
mine. Yeah,
You
you,
can-
look up
no,
on
you
my
can go
YouTube.
first, yeah.
Well, my dates, I don't have any dates, but it's all on my YouTube right now. Almost everything that I do.
Yeah, and
What is your YouTube channel?
It would be I don't know. Honestly, I think you just
Are you just
you search Anthony Scrofano, Scrofano, and you look for the one picture in a dark one. I'm very depressed, and I'm holding a guitar in a dark room, and then you can see I wrote a country song called Whiskey Dick, and I do some videography for family events and for David over here,
Thank you.
and some of my own music stuff also. So it's a very, very good site to look at if you're a manager at a place that I'm asking them if I could play at. They don't want to book me because they check out my YouTube. So check out my YouTube.
wow,
As he pours some fucking whiskey.
What's
David. It seems like you have the dates up.
Got the dates.
the dates?
On the 5th of September, you can see me at Comedy Cabin, which is Bill Squire's show. And then on the 21st, I am hosting a show at the Firefish Festival from 5:30 to 7.
Will I be there?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Anthony
then I'll
Scrofano will
be
be
there.
there. We got some rap artists going to be there too as well. DJ Broken Keys. We got Eli Orchko from Illyria, and then we got Mook to God as well. And then on the 23rd, I'll be at Craft Lax at Great Lakes Brewery, and then 9/29 at Liz Blanc's show, Funny Period, at in Cleveland Heights at the beach spot where the grog shop is, but underneath.
Nice.
And you can follow me on Instagram at David M Comedy. Thank you.
It's
DAVIDM Comedy. Thank you, Sierra. Would you like to run me over with your car
No,
again?
I was making fun of Anthony.
Okay.
Sierra, would you,
SCR
attacking you.
Scros and
But I was
Scrotum.
would you like to plug anything? Any? So the viewer or the
boring.
listeners don't
Check
go
out
and find her.
Cooking with Sierra videos.
Oh, yeah, Sierra here.
990-6373.
Wow.
29 or 2 for 50.
Oh.
Nice. Sierra has a couple videos on my YouTube channel of her cooking or making mimosas. Check it out.
So long since I had a mimosa. All right. Well, thank you guys. I
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for
Thank you very
having me,
much.
Louis.